Hi team, I hope you're all well. It feels a little bit weird to be doing this way round because tomorrow morning I'm going to be filming the outro to this vlog because it's going to go up tomorrow. I have decided to do 2 vlogs, that's 4. 2 vlogs for Summerween and split my vlogs because I have quite a bit filmed and I'm really enjoying the daily vlogs from people as well, or the, you know, 2-day vlogs for, like, I think Gav and Riley Marie are doing day 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. I think that's how they're doing it anyway. So I've decided to do mine days 1, 2, 3 and then days 4, 5, 6 and 7. So somewhere I missed a day with both Riley Marie and Gav, but you know, they will work out their own schedule. So that's what I've decided to do. So it is currently Sunday evening, Sunday night because it's almost Monday morning. It's around about 11 p.m. and I have since decided to do this as 2 separate vlogs. So I'm coming to redo the intro because the intro to this now doesn't make any sense anymore that I originally had. So I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a preface with the intro to this because the vlog could get a little bit confusing otherwise if I don't do this. So this is for Summerween, which is a readathon hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte. Good lord, that was difficult. Olivia Reads a Latte. And I really enjoy taking part in these like mini readathons that they host throughout the seasons. So they did Spring Flingoween a couple months ago and they also did Winterween in January, and I really enjoy them. And for the first time I actually have merch as well, so I'm very excited. I also have the book sleeve and the bookmark, but the bookmark's downstairs and I'm unsure what I've done with the book sleeve because my house is a mess. Whatever. So I'm really excited. I do have a reasonable TBR set, but you will see it as we go through the week because it could change. It could be subject to change. But I am also taking part in Jade's Pokethon Gym, which is a Patreon readathon. It's a year-long Patreon readathon. And then every now and then she does like a 24-hour readathon for the Pokethon, for the Pokemon gyms. And her gym was on Saturday, so I did take part in that as well. And this is the point at which it might not make sense because I was planning on doing that as a separate reading vlog, but I entirely forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I knew I was going out partway through the day and then I wouldn't be back. And then I forgot to vlog the rest of my day. So I've just decided to add that into here and it just fills the vlog out a little bit more. But not only that, a couple of the books that I did read for that are reasonably spooky, not ridiculously but reasonably. So for that section, I will just tell you now, for that portion of the vlog for Pokethon, I did read Lightfall Shadow of the Bird, which is the 2nd volume of the Lightfall graphic novel, which is a fantasy. It's not spooky in any way, shape or form. I did read Lumberjanes volume 7, which is a mild spook. It's middle grade graphic novel. And I did read Monster in the Woods, which again, mild spook. It is an independent graphic novel that I picked up at Comic-Con while I was at Yalk in London last weekend. So those are 3 books that I do read for Pokethon. They don't necessarily, I mean, Lumberjanes and Monster in the Woods are semi-spooky, but not spooky. They're like cutesy spooky, so they're like spoopy. And Lightfall isn't spooky at all, or spoopy. So just wanted to mention it. They're not necessarily for Summerween, they are for Pokethon, but they've crossed over. So I thought I would mention it and that would make some sense going into this vlog. There are prompts for this readathon. So one of the prompts is to read a book with haunt in the title. Another one of the prompts, sorry, is to read a book with Halloween colours on it. Another one is to read a slasher, and another one is to read... I was doing so well. A book in the dark. Read a book in the dark or at night, which for the most part I do have a book that I have been reading in the dark for the most part. So yeah, this is my intro. The books that I do have on my radar to read for this week for Summerween are Riley Sager's House Across the Lake. I do have Grady Hendrix's The Final Girl Support Group. I have a graphic novel called Homesick Pilots, Volume 1, Teenage Haunts, for haunt in the title. And then I also have a graphic novel called Witches, which I am keen on getting to as well. So a couple graphic novels, couple novels. I'll see if I can fit anything else in, but again, a couple of the books that I did read on Saturday are kind of spoopy, so they fit as well. So yeah, we'll see what else I do manage to fit on. I would really like to try and read The Last House on Needless Street. It is my local to home book club pick for this month, and our meeting for it is a week on Monday, so that's the last Monday of the month. So this is a perfect opportunity to try and fit it in. Whether or not I actually get the chance to do so, I don't know, because I'm kind of busy on my 2 days off from my day job, which is actually my 2 working days for me. I'm really busy. My cousin is back from Singapore, so I'm going out for lunch with him with my mum, and then she's staying here Monday night, so I will need to entertain my mother on Monday evening. I am kind of hoping I might be able to just give her a book and we can just read for a bit, maybe, because she does like reading, but maybe not. It could be a TV evening, we will see. So yeah, I am kind of busy. It's my sister's birthday on Tuesday as well, so I will be going seeing her partway through the day. So we'll see what happens, but fingers crossed I can still get some decent reading done for the rest of the week, for the rest of Summerween. But I feel like this weekend has been really, really good because I've managed to get a load of reading done, which has been nice because for about a week and a half prior to this I didn't read anything. I finished off a book, but it took me ages to get through it. So we will see what happens, but this has been a long intro. I hope this has made some sense, but let's, you know, go back a little bit and roll the VT. Hello, it is a little bit later on, it's the same day though. It's currently 10 to 7 and I have just managed to finish my first book of Summerween, and it was Homesick Pilots. I really enjoyed this. This was a little bizarre. I always find that this can be the case sometimes with a graphic novel because it is so short and because there's so much happening in such a short space of time. I find that the first volume of a graphic novel I tend to lose my way a little bit, and I'm still trying to figure out the story sometimes by the end of it. I feel like that was semi the case with this one, and however I am interested. I have added volume 2 to my wish list and volume 3 comes out in July, so I may purchase them both at the end of the month when the third one comes out. But I enjoyed this one. It was good. I gave it 4 stars. It was interesting, creepy enough, definitely hit the spot for Summerween, I think. And I did like the punk vibes as well. The illustrations in here are gorgeous as well, like the colour theme that's going on. On occasions it would be a little bit grungy and dark, and then in other parts it would be like quite bright. So I really did enjoy this one. 4 stars for that, so that's the first book down for Summerween. I was going to then dive straight into Witches, but I thought I could use that one to break up maybe at the weekend or at the beginning of next week. So I will keep that back for now. But I think I was going to go back into the Final Girl support group because that's what I started last night. However, I do think I'm going to carry on with The House Across the Lake. I do have the audiobook for both books. And this one has less time left in it because I am further in it. So I don't envisage that I'm going to get it done this evening. I can't remember what the audio says I have left. Oh, only 3 hours 10 minutes. So maybe I can ramp that up a little bit. It's on 2.4 times speed at the moment. We'll see. But I'll see how far I get with this one, and I will keep you posted and give you an update when I am further into it. But yeah, so far a successful Summerween. I always say that a little bit grumpy because I always start off the reading vlog well, and then it all goes to shit. I'm kind of hoping that because this starts on a Friday and my weekend is busy with family and stuff and Andy's off work, but then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, I am kind of hoping that it will still be a successful vlog. If I can get quite a bit done this evening with this and maybe even finish it, I doubt that's going to happen, but it's potential for it. Although I am quite tired, so we'll see. But if I can get like 2 books down before next week, like by the end of the weekend, that would be great. We will see what happens with that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get on with this and I shall chat to you in a little bit. Okay, hello, good morning. You're on the sofa because I'm too lazy to go and get my tripod. But it is Saturday and I wanted to give you an update on my reading. So I have been reading The House Across the Lake and I'm currently just about halfway through, that wasn't English. I'm 180 pages in and I am enjoying this more than I was when I was physically reading it because I've got on the audiobook. So that's good because I was finding it a bit of a slog when I was reading it on my Kindle. So I am enjoying it more, which is great news. And I'm having a better time with it now, I think. I am still suspicious of our main character. They are very unreliable. So I am suspicious, but I'm keen to find out what's happened here to Catherine and see what her husband has done to her, so potentially anyway. So I am enjoying that. I am going to go on sprints for a little bit with Rat Bag at some point, hopefully, but I am going out later on. I finished Lightfall, so I now have completed my second Pokethon, which was, have I gone and taken the freaking, oh no, it's there, good job, my list. This one was for Ivysaur, Plant on the Cover. I'm doing these evolutions backwards, that's okay though. So I got Venusaur last night, well, early hours of this morning with Monster in the Woods. And then I have just got Ivysaur with Plant on the Cover for Lightfall, Shadow of the Bird. I love this, I gave it 5 stars. I gave Monster in the Wood 5 stars, it's not on Goodreads, but I've given it 5 stars on Core Pile. But I had a good time and I need volume 3 immediately. I don't know if there's going to be a volume 3. I assume there is. It's been left on a cliffhanger. But there is no sign of it so far on Good. Well, this has only just come out, so there won't be any sign of it. I'm going to have to wait another year. But I loved it. Loved it. And Ratbag's going to read it this afternoon. So yeah, basically we're following this Galdorian called Gad and also this young girl called Bee. She lives with her grandpa and she goes out one day to go and get some stuff for him, I think restock the shop or something. She ends up bumping into Gad and they end up on this adventure. When she comes back home, she finds a letter from her gramps saying that something's gone down and he needs to go, and she ends up going trying to find him. And then this second one, they end up continuing said adventure. I can't tell you what it's about because it would spoil what goes on in the first one, but I had a really good time with it. The illustrations are gorgeous. I'm obsessed with this illustration style and it's very, very good. And I had a great time, so 5 stars for that. So the only other one that I was planning on reading today for Pokethon was Lumberjanes Volume 7, which is for Bulbasaur with a green cover. So I am going to read that once we get on sprints, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not supposed to be going out till about 4ish. I am going to set off about 3 because I need to nip and get my sister-in-law's birthday present. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to do. So I do need to order some lunch though, and one of these is Eat Your Veggies. So I was going to order Subway and get a salad on it. So I was going to do that, and then I could unhaul a book maybe. We'll see. So yeah, I'm going to go get myself ready for sprints. I'm assuming they will be happening soon since it's nearly midday, and midday seems like a good time to do sprints. I'll check with her though. So yeah, I will check back in with you and I've got an update for you. Up the first portion of Summerween. I started editing the vlog last night, didn't realise how long it was going to be, so I'm so glad I have split this up. To wrap this portion up, so I did manage to read 5 books. I haven't read this yet, I started it last night. The other one is Lumberjanes Volume 7. So let's go through them, give you my ratings, let you know what I thought of them very briefly. I did for the most part tell you my thoughts throughout the book, but I haven't given you an update on The House Across the Lake. And I have not, throughout the whole of this video, held up the Monster Through the Woods. So I want to show you that cover because it's absolutely beautiful. So in no particular order because I can't remember what order I read these in. We do have Monster in the Woods. This is the independent graphic novel that I read for Pokethon. This is by Amy Willis and I bought this at Comic-Con. It is not currently available to buy outside of, you know, meeting Amy at a place somewhere like Comic-Con. However, she is in the process, Jade has spoken to her and she is in the process of setting up her own website where these will be available. So do keep your eyes open for that. The minute that they become available, I have no doubt myself, Jade and Cece will be shouting about it because we've now all read it and absolutely loved it. I almost cried reading this because I saw myself so heavily in this graphic novel. So thank you to Amy for writing this and for being at Comic-Con and being right where I needed her to be in the moment that I was mooching around Comic-Con. And thanks to Ratbag for spotting it. So yeah, I will keep you posted on this one if you're interested in getting your hands on a copy. Once we know when Amy set the website up, we will be shouting about it from the rooftops. So keep your eyes open on our Twitter and Instagram because we will definitely be shouting about that one. So I read that. I did give it 5 stars. It's not currently on Goodreads, but one of our friends, Carrie, is a Goodreads librarian. So she's in the process of setting it up on there for us so that we can count it towards our goal, but also so that it can get the recognition it deserves with reviews as well. So we read that. I mean Jade and Cece read it also this weekend, but I read that. I also read Homesick Pilots Volume 1 Teenage Haunts for the haunt prompt. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 stars. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I loved the illustration style and stuff. It was really, really gorgeous and I'm really excited to continue on with this series. Volume 3 comes out at the end of this month, so I am planning on buying volumes 2 and 3 at the same time so I can continue binging it. I gave it 4 stars. Then I did read Lightfall Shadow of the Bird, which is volume 2 in the Lightfall series. Myself and Jade binged buddy read Lightfall volume 1 last year and we agreed that we were going to buddy read it. We literally buddy read it, like we read it at the exact same time on sprints. We agreed we were going to buddy read it this weekend for Pokethon. However, I read it in the morning, she read it in the afternoon. I gave this 5 stars. This was fantastic. Following I've explained what this is about, there's no need for me to repeat what this is about, but I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoy this graphic novel series and I need volume 3 immediately. So Tim, if you could, you know, chop and get that out early, that would be awesome. I also read Lumberjanes Volume 7. I'll show a picture of it here because I don't physically own it. I've been reading them on Scribd and I gave this one 3 stars. It was really good. I enjoyed it and I had a good time. Excited to continue on with that series. So there's no need again for me to explain what that is about. Then I did last night finish The House Across the Lake. I say last night, it was about 3 o'clock this morning. I just wanted to get it done, to be perfectly honest. I did start this like the beginning of June because I got an ARC and I was so excited to read it because it was one of my most anticipated books. And then I found that I was really struggling with it on my holiday. So I have finally finished it. The audiobook did help me. However, I was watching Gabby from Gabby Reads first vlog for Summerween yesterday and she is correct in saying that the narrator has made our main character Casey sound about 30 years older than she is. I thought Casey was an older woman, like in her 70s because of the narrator. It turns out she's not, she's 35. But this is following Casey, whose husband died in the lake at their holiday home a year prior, and she now has a drinking problem. She is in the limelight because she's an actress and she ends up, her mum kind of banishes her back to the lake house to try and sort herself out without sending her to like rehab or whatever because it will end up in the press. So she banishes her to the lake house, which in itself is a little bit torturous. Her husband died the year previous in the same lake, but she ends up getting a little bit nosy and suspicious of the neighbours across the way, the Royces. Tom and Catherine. She keeps watching them with their binoculars because their house is practically made of glass, and things go awry and something happens to Catherine, and Casey would like to find out what. It was very bizarre. I don't know how to explain this book. The first portion of it, I would say maybe 40-50%. I've seen a lot of reviews saying it mirrors Woman in the Window, which I haven't read, by AJ Finn. I've not read it, so I wouldn't know that, but I found it boring on the basis that it was continuously explaining Casey as a character to us, and I didn't think she was a particularly likeable character. She's an entirely, like, untrustworthy character. I can't remember what the phrasing is that we use. My brain is not functioning yet today. I hope it kicks in at some point, because this is going to be frustrating throughout the day if it doesn't. She is an entirely unreliable character because she's pissed the whole book. But there was that, which I didn't like. And then the twists at the end, there were several twists. The first one, okay, didn't semi-predicted it, but didn't predict specifically. I predicted a part of it, but not specifically. So that was a surprise. And then the second twist, why? What was the need? What was the need in that? 2 stars. I am devastated. I wrote my review last night. I was really gutted. And I started it off with, well, it would be 2.5 if I gave half stars, but I started it off with 2.5 stars. Swing and a miss. Just did not hit the mark for me, and I'm gutted. This is the first Riley Sager book I have been disappointed with. I have not yet read Survive the Night, just to preface that. I know that is a very much hated book in the community, but I knew there was mixed reviews about this one as well, but a lot of them have been really good reviews, so I was hoping I would be on that end of it, but I wasn't. I just spent the majority of this book waiting for it to end. And the audiobook, albeit the narrator did make Casey sound so much older than she actually is, it did help me get through it a lot quicker. Physically reading this was an absolute drag, so I'm glad I did pick the audiobook up, and I'm glad I made it through. Like, I didn't want to have to DNF this. I would have hated that, to be perfectly honest. I seem to find it easier to try and get through thrillers than DNF them, which is interesting. I think it's because it's only like 300 odd pages, but I never rate books 1 or 2 stars because I DNF heavily, so this is shocking. I don't know if I had a single 2-star read last year. I'm not sure. I might have done, but I can't remember. So this is my first one of the year, the most disappointing book of the year. I am devastated. I'm not happy about this situation. And then lastly, I did start The Last House on Needless Street by Katarina Ward. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this because this will be my read for the week, for the second vlog, but I did get to page 33. I just started it last night because I thought if I don't, I probably won't. So sometimes I need to do that. When I finish a book, I need to start my next one immediately and just get myself even just a chapter in. So yeah, that was everything that I read for this portion of Summerween, which was a 3-day portion. It seems like a lot because that was 5 books, but 3 of them were graphic novels. 3? 4? Where are they? Oh yeah, 4 of them were graphic novels. But I had a really good time, and it was nice to mix graphic novels and a physical read, like a novel. So might try and do that this week, we'll see. But yeah, that was everything I read. Chat to me in the comments down below. Are you taking part in Summerween? How is it going for you so far? Are you enjoying yourself? And I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.